period as we speak. Today's show, I want to talk about how the seeds are being planted for Barack Obama's third term in office. I've made many videos on this since I started my channel. I've been talking about it to people I know or whoever would listen before I started my channel. And I want to talk about it today because there's more and more signs that are pointing us towards this happening. And I want everyone out there who's listening, whether this ends up happening or it doesn't happen, to just look at the media and see how they're trying to persuade you, see the message that they're trying to send, and then you can kind of connect the dots and see what they're trying to do. So if you look at what's been going on, as most of you are aware, they are making Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both look completely incompetent. And then quietly in the backdrop, you can see how they are making Obama look like a better president than he was or is. They're making Obama, he's slowly doing things that are giving hint towards what is going to come. So you know that they've been talking about Donald Trump over and over about how, he won't report his taxes. Okay, they've been talking about that, making him seem not credible, like a sleazeball businessman. Then you see them talking about how he has, he has alter personas, that he's just making him look like a sleazy business guy. So people get nervous about voting for him. Obviously, there's so many people who are protesting and anti this man, and then you have people who are falling into the trap of thinking that it's real and that he actually got to this point and is running for office to save the day, which is not true. This is a part of their agenda. This is a part of their plan of diversion to distract you and believe that somebody is actually not a part of this, elitist secret society, that he is going to come in and save the day when it's not true. But they have been slandering him. They've had the taxes, the tax details that won't be revealed. Him with multiple, he uses false names and stuff on phone calls. And then of course, you have Obama coming out talking about how all the world leaders are rattled and afraid of what will happen if Donald Trump comes into power. This is to plant the seed in the head of the listener and to say, this man could be dangerous. This man, could start World War III. This man could essentially declare war on everyone, that he's unstable, that he's just this crazy wild guy. And then, you get the other perspective of Hillary Clinton, and we've already had the email scandal, which has, made her look like a slime ball. Okay, then you have another scandal coming out where she's laughing about defending a child rapist, which I'll get into more detail about in another video, but she's laughing about defending a child rapist. A child rapist. Okay, which is another telltale sign of the inner circle of these elitists, how they protect one another. But Hillary Clinton got a laugh. She said, he took a lie detector test. I had him take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs. And she laughed because she defended a guy who was openly talking about, fantasizing about young children and, how they energized him. And it was romantic. I mean, just disgusting. More pedophilia, disgusting, just revolting things going on with this pedophilia that, people are starting to hear more and more about, but refuse to link it to Satanism, refuse to link it to Crowley's teachings. Nobody wants to link it to that. They want to just say, oh, we have some people who are perverts, yada, 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 just, manipulating people without giving them the truth, in other words. So you have Hillary, who's now, getting her name dragged through the mud. Both of them have their name dragged through the mud. Meanwhile, what's quietly happening on the other end is Obama's approval rating, it's slowly just going up month after month, week after week. In the month of April, it went from 49% to 52% and climbing, which is the highest it has been. So that's what they're doing. See how they are taking these two candidates, making you fearful of both. Even if you're a supporter of Trump, they want you to be fearful that he might do something radical and frightening and has the, could be the guy who ushers in World War III. And then if you're on the other side and you support Hillary, they make her seem questionable, supporting a pedophile, laughing about something that couldn't be more unlaughable, laughing about a pedophile getting away with something like that. Absolutely disgusting and sickness in its own right. And that's what, Hillary Clinton is and what she represents. But then you have Obama also, going to Hiroshima. He's the first president to go to Hiroshima. So you have to look at it from the perspective of how is he looking, not just in the United States, but worldwide. Right? How is he looking worldwide? Because we could be setting up for him to be the Antichrist if he stays in office for a third term. Because somebody, a world leader, is going to usher in world peace. Somebody is ushering in world peace. So they have Obama in Hiroshima, calling for a world without nuclear weapons, having the respect to go over there and, go to the Peace Memorial Park and, and give a speech and say, 71 years ago on a bright cloudless morning, death fell from the sky and the world was changed. A flash of light and a wall of fire destroyed a city and demonstrated that mankind possessed the means to destroy itself. They show him hugging, people and just pushing this. Now, there's nothing controversial going on with Obama. He's wonderful. They have him crying, talking about some of these world events that are going on. He has his fake crying on television. Okay, they are setting him up to be in office for a third term. They are setting this entire situation up, whether or not it is a false flag assassination on one of the candidates, which I believe is the event that will occur, that will lead to war. But that's just a guess by putting pieces together. Okay, it could be anything. Who knows what it could be? It could be the race war that they're pushing and him ushering in martial law based on that. But it'll be something where people are tricked into liking him, whether or not they've been someone who hasn't supported him or not. Now, I'm not saying people out there who listen to this channel who are awake are going to like him, because we know what's going on. Of course we're not going to like him. We don't like any of these people. They're all Satanists. They're all part of the secret societies, the satanic network that controls everything. But the masses out there who might be Republican and not want, never supported Obama, an event that would occur, just like September 11th when that happened. Nobody liked George Bush. They were saying he's the most incompetent president ever. All it took was for that event to occur, that false flag event to occur, and for him to stand there with a megaphone, for everybody's perspective of him to change. Democrat or Republican, everybody was united together to go get revenge. So an event like that can easily occur, whether it's a false flag assassination on one of the candidates. If an event like that occurs and he stands out and says, we're going to go get him and we're going to do this, and, and he says, listen, there's too much chaos right now. There won't be a candidate to run against the other candidate. There's too much chaos going on for change in office. And he easily can raise his hand and just say, I am going to stay in office. And, one of the candidates or both or whatever ends up happening can come out and support him and say, listen, this is what's right for our country. We need stability. And that'll be the key word that you hear, stability. Because that's how they're making him look, like he's stable, like he's the stable choice. And they're making Hillary and Trump look like absolute buffoons, left and right. Now, this isn't remember when Bush was in office, even in his second term, he was getting made fun of all the time in the media, all the time. He can't read, he's stupid, making fun of how he talked. There's nothing going on with Obama as far as, mocking him, making fun of him. There's no scandals out there. There's nothing to report on him at all, except for this positive, he's at Hiroshima. He's speaking with world leaders, trying to comfort them about, their nerves about Trump, right? Playing with your emotions to make him look like a hero. That is what is going on right now. And his approval rating, even though, I don't believe in those things at all, but there's a reason that they put those stories out there when they say, here's his approval rating and how it's growing. It's part of the manipulation. So people say, oh, his approval rating has increased. I guess, yeah, he's getting better. He's being nicer. He's doing things. There's nothing coming out, that he's doing publicly to make him look bad. It's just these two candidates that get slandered. So those to me are signs that say he is setting himself up. Okay, the elitists are setting him up for his third term, to be to serve a third term, which could be the last term before a new world order, but before the Antichrist arrives. And the signs are very, very obvious. And again, the key word to remember is stability. Because if they make him look stable, that's what they've been doing the last 6 to 8 months. I mean, everything's been going smoothly for this man. All you hear him doing is, just kind of controlling the environment. He looks very stable, very trustworthy is how they're trying to make him look, and making these two people look like clowns, Trump and Hillary. Scandal after scandal. This guy doesn't pay his taxes or doesn't report on his taxes.
This July 4th, let's think about what it means to be independent, to be free. That's what built man.
Then you get the other one, she's supporting pedophiles, she's, got an email scandal, and people kind of get nervous. And then if a world event occurs, any kind of world event that happens on American soil occurs, people are going to be nervous, especially, it's obviously going to occur before the election, okay? It's going to occur before the election. So, people will say, all right, we can't have, one of these unstable people go in as we go into war. We're going to need him, then they're going to back him and support it. But that's why I believe it's going to be some type of event involving Trump, because I can't see him going out publicly and supporting it. It would, the way that they're pushing his gimmick and his agenda, it would make it seem like he's they have a bullseye on his head. That's what they're trying to make you, that's what they're trying to get across, that he's this radical and he's dangerous And they've been hinting at, groups going after him, attacking him, people running on stage when he speaks. These are all signs you have to pick up on and try to piece together what they're doing. It's important to do that so you don't fall into the trap and be, deceived by what's going on. Just this entire thing is a massive deception. So Obama is setting himself up for his term. His approval rating's high. He's going to Hiroshima. I'm sure before he leaves office, he'll go over to Russia. He'll go over, he's already been in London in Paris after the Paris attacks. He will be going around the world, and people in other countries are going to look at him and say, he was good. There's nothing wrong with him. He's stable. He's nice. He's being respectful. And these are all telltale signs for a third term and the potential of him being the Antichrist. And I know people already want to guess. Some people are, the Vatican is this. Obama is the Antichrist. We might not even know who he is. It's going to be revealed to us completely in full. I'm not debating with other people about if the Vatican's the Antichrist or he is, because it's a guess for everybody at this point. But the Antichrist is coming in the name of world peace. Okay? And somebody is ushering a world peace after this next war occurs. And if he stays in office, to me, it's a telltale sign that he is the one. But I will not go on record as saying he is the Antichrist. But I'm saying, keep a look at what's going on. And he is easily setting himself up to be that if he stays in office. And it looks like, very, very well looks like he might be staying in office. Take a look at the signs. That's why they do this stuff. Okay? Remember that. They don't leak these stories about Hillary and Trump unless they want to. Okay, if they didn't want email scandal to come out about Hillary because they wanted Hillary to be positioned to be the president, they would cover it up. They control the media, right? Just like they cover up the child pedophilia stuff. Okay, if they didn't want the story about Hillary laughing at the pedophile, it wouldn't come out. They continue to slander both of these candidates to make them look, incapable of being the president. Well, they make Obama look like a stable guy. And when something hits the fan in the next few weeks or months, you'll see people will be clamoring to Obama. His approval rating, they'll say, will go from 52 to 65 or 70, an all-time high. They'll make up some statistic. He'll do some big speech where people get riled up and be like, yeah, let's go get him. And then the rest is history. So I know people out there saying it's never going to happen. It can't happen. American citizens won't allow it to happen. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to play you. Okay? They are going to play your emotions into supporting it. They've already got this all planned out. So keep your eyes open and watch for these little details when you look at the propaganda news and see where they're leading you. Okay? Because I believe fully that a third term could very well likely be happening. I believe that is exactly what they are setting this up for based on how they are playing with everybody's emotions. I could be wrong, of course, but that is how I feel they are leading us. So keep an eye on it. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families. Stay safe, and peace be with you.